Hello and welcome to Sortaokay Reviews, where every fandom's welcome. I'm Nathan Bedard, and of course, it's a little bit past the end of the month, of course, doing the video a little late, but it's okay. I have a pretty nice haul this month. It was, of course, SDCC was this month, so it absolutely killed. It was a busy month. There was a lot of pop hunting, so of course there's a lot of pops because they're always the most affordable thing to buy. But yeah, let's jump right into it. So first off, I want to do my beginning of the month pickups, which I sold pretty much all of my Marvel and DC pops. I just decided I get the Marvel Legends, I buy the Hot Toys. I need to just get rid of them, and I was able to sell a couple. So I used that money to buy some of the ones I wanted. Which first off, I bought the Smeagol Chase. I didn't want the regular because I figured I can just buy and the Chase is only he's been running for about $20. He's actually pretty affordable, so I was glad I picked him up. So I'm pretty much I have a weird luck with the Lord of the Rings pops. I'm able to pick those up pretty good. Let's see, and then of course one of my favorite movies of the year so far has been Incredibles 2. I have pretty much all the Jack pops, but I really wanted the Violet Chase, and I definitely made sure I picked her up before she started to shoot up in price, because her chase runs from $40 to $50 sometimes. So I was glad I was able to pick her up. Alright, next up, so I went to a local, well, not local, but when I was in Orlando, I took some more of the pops that I didn't think I could really sell online, that I figured I'd get as much as I could store credit. So I picked up a couple. I picked up 4 pops there, but I picked up the Stranger Things Bob and Scrubs. Picked him up. Decided to knock out a couple of commons. I picked up Dementor. I'm not sure if I still have this pop. I'm almost certain I don't, but I'm not 1,000% sure. But I picked up the Dementor. And then I decided to pick up the Pennywise, because I also have another one, but I pretty much have all the Pennywise, including the Chase, luckily. I was able to pick that up at Big Bad Toy Store, but I picked up him. I still don't have any of the Losers Club, really, except for, the Chases and stuff. But, they're commons, and I really want the Pennywises more than anything. But then I picked the 11 Elevated. I like this one way better than the Box Lunch exclusive. She's sitting on there still. She was very hard to find at first, but I'm so glad they did this version, because this is the version I think of when I think of the Punk 11. So I was really happy to pick this one up. Let's see. Let's do this. So of course Amazon had an exclusive this month, and it was the one they decided to release some new Monster Inc. pops, and I saw this one and I'm like, yep, of course, if it's a flocked one, there's a flocked version, I'd rather get the flocked than the regular. And that was the Amazon exclusive Sully. The thing I like about what Amazon actually shipped this in a separate shipper. So they packaged it in its individual shipper, then put it in a box, which is good. They should start doing that, and more people would buy pops from them because they have good prices. But they have to take a chance because their shipping is absolute shit when it comes to pops. But yeah, I was glad that this came in good condition, and I got him. And then also talking about the extra spending, I decided to pick up the last Pennywise pop I needed, which was the wigged one. I had him, I ordered him off of Walmart one time, but his box came absolutely destroyed, and I like my boxes mint in box most of the time if I can, so I was like, okay, well, and he weirdly dropped down. Eventually he started to become $20, $15 sometimes if you got lucky, but yeah, I got the wigged Pennywise. Alright. And next up, I got the Target exclusive Fire Jack. This is my favorite Jack, because, it's they put him, standing up and then encased him in, a translucent, plastic, which is really cool. And Target, I missed out on this. Target, is the worst with exclusives. So I was like, you know what, I had a buddy who, he's like, yeah, I got this. I had an extra one. I'll give it to you for, $15. I was like, perfect, sounds good. I sent him the money. And also, when I was in Orlando, the last pop that I picked up there, I picked up Kevin Smith. You know, I've been listening, lately I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and one of my favorite podcasts of late has been Hollywood Babylon. It's hilarious. Kevin Smith's on it. And I've just been really liking, been watching some Kevin Smith movies, and you know, recently I think he had a heart attack and he almost like legit died. He talked about it on the podcast, so I was like, you know what, I stupidly missed out on this. And he's been like, you know, he's like one of us. You know, he's really nerdy and he built it just by pursuing his dream. So I found this for a pretty good price. I think it was like $30. So but because I traded in stuff, it was pretty much free. But I was pretty much glad to pick him up. And then actually, real quick, I was in Orlando and I already had one of these, and I know I just said I stopped collecting the Marvel and the DC pops, but this one's been the hardest so far to get rid of. I still have a couple back there, of course you could probably see some of them, but when I saw this, I was like, you know what, I want to get an extra just in case maybe I do regret selling it. But I found another Iron Spider at Target, so I was really happy to find him. Okay, so let's get into the SDC haul, because I have a couple other regular pops, but before, let's get to some of the SDC stuff. So, first off, Amazon put these on pre-order, like, before the con, which is stupid, but I knew that they were going to get restocks eventually. And when they did, I hopped on it, immediately bought it, but that was the Eggnet Jack. Now I have all the Jacks, including the common. Very happy about that. I love this. It was a hilarious scene in the movie, and I don't know. It's just been fun collecting the Jacks. He's a funny little character, so I was happy to get. I'm glad this came in good condition, because I've been seeing a lot of people getting their pops like utterly destroyed. Let's go to Barnes and Noble. So on the night of SDC, of course, I stayed up, did some stuff. Box lunch online was pretty much my online one. But I decided to wake up super early. Now, I have a Hot Topic like an hour away from me, and they have a GameStop there. So I figured, I'm like, okay, well, they have the most that I want. So, and my buddy, I know he would do me a favor, and I asked him if he could, like, hey, could you wake up, like, I'll buy you dinner. Could you wake up, go to Barnes & Noble for me, get these pops. He's like, yeah, sure. He got there really early. He got there at 9. Luckily, our town's not heavy in collecting, so there wasn't a lot of people, and he got in line, and first he was able to get everything that I asked him he could get for me. The first one was the Neely Headless Nick. It figures why these weren't shooting off the shelves, because of course these were also a common, but the thing is, they both glow in the dark apparently. I've seen people like shine them, and the regular one glows in the dark too. I think the full body one is the SDC. So I think that's why people really weren't taking to buying, like, oh yeah, I gotta buy. Like, so he's sometimes you can still find him in stores, I believe. He's the one that was leased. But then I'm a big Stranger Things fan, of course. You saw a couple pops, so I needed the Stranger Things 2-pack. I thought this 2-pack was pretty cool. I mean, I remember the scene. It was a little weird, but whatever. I wanted these pops. It's a cool 2-pack. These two were also not flying off the shelves because they're 2-pack. They were like more expensive. They're like $30. Now this one I was not expecting to be as popular as it was. I figured, okay, yeah, people are definitely going to want it, but for me, I feel like the people have been wanting the flocked Looney Tune pops. You know, we had Bugs flocked, so I figured, okay, they're eventually going to start, you know, kicking those out, like, okay, here's flocked Taz, here's flocked this, flocked that. And when they did make this flock, kind of disappointing, but it's good news for people who didn't get it, because that means they could do a flocked version in the future. But this pop right here, Pepe Le Pew, he told me when he got there, that was like the first thing that was like gone. He said people were like, you know, grabbing him as fast as they could. And luckily he grabbed one, which I'm glad now. Because I'm glad I got this, because I really didn't think he was going to be that popular. This was the one pop I was like, yeah, I guess I'll get it. You know, I'm probably going to regret not getting it, so I better just get it. And I'm super glad I did, because, yeah, he's going for a pretty penny now, and he was, like I said, the first one to but that was kind of unusual, I guess you could say. But But so then, before I go to my Hot Topic pickups, let's do the GameStop. So after I got done from Hot Topic, I went over to GameStop, which, by the way, there was a lot of cool people there. I sat down with one of the security guards. He's in the syndicate. He works at the mall, so shout out to him. I was talking to him before the store opened. But after Hot Topic, I ran over to GameStop. Luckily, they didn't open early like they did last year, so I was able to wait, make sure I got... I only wanted 2 of them. I wanted the Stranger Things, which I got Dustin from the Snowball Dance, and I was kind of upset because it had a little nick right here, but whatever. They only had 2 of these. I was so surprised because like everything was like 4, maybe 6 in stock. This was like 2. I was like, wow, GameStop really did not get a lot this year. Now, granted, I think they had a lot online, and they got restocks through the week, I think. But I was shocked. I was like, wow, like 2 of these, and luckily nobody in the, well, except for one guy, he decided to get it, but nobody really was like, you know, gunning for it. So I was happy there. Everyone was going for the, I think the Red Hood. The Red Hood and the Rick and Morty, and then the bot, and then the one that also the one I decided to start getting into the Overwatch Pops, and this was like probably one of my favorites, like character skins, but it was the Soldier 76, the grill master. I saw like they had 8 of him. He was not. I can still find him at my GameStops around my local area. He was not that popular. I'm surprised too, because usually the Overwatch Pops sell really well. But yeah, I was glad to get him. Also, I've been debating online for a while to get this pop, but I don't want to have it like pay for the shipping and have to drive all the way up to Gainesville. And luckily, when I was in Orlando, I saw this. It was the only one there, and I was like so happy because it was like, this is the one pop I wanted. I was gonna use my hot cash, but I didn't really want to. But I found it separate, so I was able to get it there, not have to like go to all that trouble. But that was the Sombra. She's still on the website too, which it's just crazy. Like this is one of my favorite pops now. Like this thing is so cool. I love the purple, the translucent. It's really cool, and I was glad I was able to find it, and it was in good condition. So all right, let's get into. All right, so let's do. So of course I knew I could hit those stores and probably get what I wanted to get, so I decided, alright, box lunch, I have none close to me. Like I think the closest one was in Orlando, but the Gainesville drive's only like 30-40 minutes. Orlando's like an hour and 30. So I decided, I was like, get these online, and the first one I wanted was the Tamatoa, the glow-in-the-dark one where he's like all neon and everything. This is really cool. I'm surprised this didn't go as fast as I thought it would. But yeah, I was like looking at this pop. The box is weird. I kind of don't like these sideway boxes too much, but it's whatever now. But I was excited to get this. I have a couple of the Moana. I have the Target exclusive, and I have the Bam exclusive for Maui. So I was happy to get that. And then, weirdly enough, they only had one Game of Thrones pop this year. Actually, I think they had that last year though. But this year it was Lena Tyrell. And after that scene, which I won't spoil it in case you haven't seen it, but I had to get this pop. Like it was such like a good feel good moment, like, you know, knowing how bad some of those characters were, but like she went out like a boss. Sorry, spoiler alert. But yeah, this is one. When I went on I was there 3 o'clock, adding to cart, ready to buy. And I mean, I checked back 10 minutes later. Tamato was still in stock. All the other ones, the Flash, the Thing, they were on stock. She was out of stock. She trickled back in and out randomly, but she was I think the one most people sought after. Okay, before I get into the big Hot Topic haul, which had the most pops I wanted this year, I was so happy because they had the ones that were really good and they were relatively easy to get. But before, like, once all that was done and I got home and I was done hunting, I checked GameStop to see if they had a certain pop in stock, and they did. So I immediately drove down there. But that was the My Hero Academia Todoroki. This pop is probably my favorite of the year. I love how he has the flames on the one side and on the other side ice. It's just so cool, Todoroki is my second favorite character in My Hero Academia. I love this pop. I'm kind of am hunting for the rest now. They're kind of getting a little bit more scarce, but I'll get them eventually. But okay, so let's get into the big. Sorry about that. So let's get into the big hot topic haul. Of course, they were the first place I hit. They had the most that I wanted. They really knocked it out of the park this year. But first, I walked in and I got the dead Yamcha. I was so glad they made this pop. It's hilarious, like, you know, the jokes at Yamcha, and I'm glad the first one they did was him being dead from that one scene. That was hilarious. So I love Dragon Ball Z. It's probably one of my favorite shows of all time. Had to have that. And then speaking of other Dragon Ball Z pops, I got Super Saiyan Broly. The first wave of SDCC I saw was anime, and I saw this, and I was immediately like, yes, please, thank you. And I was so glad when they announced Hot Topic was getting both of these, because these were probably my most sought after for SDC. And he was he went fast. I think they got restocked through the week, but he went fast. Everyone was there for Broly. And especially now with the new movie coming out, he's getting even more popular. I'm so glad I picked this up when I did. Another one, let's see. They had 2 Star Wars pops this year, but the other one was just like a trooper from the Solo movie and wasn't really that important. It wasn't like one of the cooler ones. But the one they did have was Cad Bane from Clone Wars. They're doing the Clone Wars series, which I'm happy about. And he's a cool character, and this pop has some weight to it, and it's really nicely detailed. And I found him a couple of times in other stores after SDC, so he wasn't too, like, I guess popular, which is surprising. And then the least popular one of them, I think, was Moaning Myrtle. She was there for a while, but I got nearly headless Nick, and I wanted her, of course. You know, might as well get them both. But like these ghost pops are like really cool, and I love the new Harry Potter box, so I was glad to get that. And then the last one I got was, of course, I recently watched a show like a couple years ago, and now it's like one of my favorite shows. But Cornrows Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. If you know this scene, you know it was hilarious. Like he totally lost it because of his ex-wife Tammy. So I'm so happy they did this pop. They're killing it with the Parks and Rec pops. I wish they could get the license for The Office. Man, that would be some fun, like, cool pops they could do. But that was pretty much it for like the SDC, and then pretty much like the other pops. I have, of course, like when I was I have some bigger pops right here. I have the Basilisk from Harry Potter. This is cool. I found him. Let me put this down here. And then when I was at Hot Topic and I found the Sombra, I was using Hot Cash, and I found the Disney Treasure box, and I wanted this box because I liked the pop in it. I thought that, like, oh, this movie moment, this is cool. The other one was like them getting married from the last Disney box. I was like, that's not really, I don't really care about that. But this, I always remembered this, and I was pretty happy to get this pop. But that's pretty much going to do it for the pops. It was a big haul, you know, SDC, going out, being able to like hunt and look for the pops and stuff, finding other pops. So it was really fun. Let me get into like some of the bigger stuff real quick. I have a couple more things. First off, I did pick up one Blu-ray this month, and that I picked up the Steelbook version of Ready Player One, the 4K version. It's a really nice Steelbook. Like, I just get the Steelbooks of the movies I really, really love, and I was happy to get this. And then for all you anime fans out there, I've been in like an anime art kick of lately, and I picked up the the East Blue to Skypiea artwork for One Piece. Super excited to get this. I hope they do the rest, because some of my favorite artwork is from the arcs coming up. So I really hope they continue. I think they already did announce the next one, but I was really happy to get this. Okay. And then, let's see. And then next, this one didn't just come out, but I remember having this as a little kid, and then I got rid of it, and I regret getting rid of it because it was really nice. But it's the first original art book for Naruto. This has Kiyoshi Miyashi Kishimoto has some of the best artwork, I think. And this first book, I love how it's hardcover and the style. It's just really nice, and I needed it back in my collection because, like I said, I've been a little bit of an art book kick of late. Okay, so it was SDCC. I decided to wait on the Dragon Ball SH Figuarts that they had at SDC because, one, the prices were kind of like high, and they're going to be re-releasing them every time they go to their DBZ tour event. So I decided to wait on those. But one I wanted was they decided to re-release the SH Figuarts Power Ranger, the red and the green, but with unhelmeted versions, so they're like the actor's face. And my favorite Ranger of all time is the Green Ranger. He's the coolest. I have the helmet. I have an artwork done. So I decided to pick up the Green Ranger SH Figuarts from SDCC. I got them for a good price. Got them for like $65 plus $5 shipping. So I mean, yeah, it was definitely a little extra, but who cares? That's a pretty decent price. Sometimes, you know, some of them I saw going for crazy amounts. So I was happy to pick that up. Also, and then let's see. Last but not least, oh yeah, no, I forgot. So finally in the mail, my SH Figuarts Thanos came. I opened this up, man. This looks so cool. Although the new Marvel Legends one in the 3-pack looks really cool, and I kind of would have probably been okay with that. But once I got this in hand and started posing him around, really awesome figure. And now I see why everyone's buying him and why he's sold out. And the other one is the Mark 50 Iron Man, and this one is really cool. They showed one with a lot of accessories, and I was kind of upset because I wish they would just put it in here, but they put the stand in here, which I have, and it's really nice. And I love that he comes with a cannon, and the paint work on this thing is really well done. So I was happy to get both them on. Finally start getting some Infinity War figures added to the collection. So not done yet. One more thing. The big thing I got, of course, I got one hot toy this month, and that was the hot toy Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Yondu. I didn't get the deluxe version. It was like an extra like $30. The stuff that came with I didn't need. I didn't really want. So I was definitely more than happy with the regular version. I already have him unboxing in my case with Guardians 2 Star-Lord, and he is hands down probably the best hot toy this year so far. This thing is amazing. It looks just like Michael Rooker. But yeah, this is the one hot toy I picked up. I was very excited when I got this. I think I'm going to have Gladiator Hulk next, I believe. He's supposed to be releasing. But yeah, that's going to do it. A pretty big haul. You know, SDC was a big month. It killed all of our wallets. But it was a fun month. It was fun hunting. Definitely expect a haul for this month. Definitely coming up. Already got a couple pops added to the collection. But that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and have a good day.